Hi, this is Nick Marine, and welcome to Let's Read Japanese, course series for the reading of Japanese text alongside its audio counterpart. All right, so the way this works, as always, is off to the side is going to be the text I'll be reading, like this here. All right, so I'm reading along the text as the audio, and up above is going to be the audio that will be playing. The text is normally subtitle rips from TV shows, but they could be digital books, and up above will be the show from which the subtitles came from, but it could also be the audiobook version from like audible.co.jp. All right, so I'm reading along as the audio plays. Main benefit there, I get to hear how natives pronounce the text. Cool. As I read along, if I see a phrase or sentences that isn't really gelling real quick, I can pause and just read or reread, kind of make sure I'm understanding what the sentence is trying to tell me. Also, if there's a difficult word or a word I just don't know, I can then hover over it with a pop-up dictionary called Yomi-chan like this and look at the Japanese definition here. Or if that proves a little too difficult, I can scroll down and look at the English to Japanese dictionaries that are available in this pop-up as well. All right, and again, that's the beauty of Yomi-chan. You can add additional dictionaries to it and order it, and you can, through your preference list, like what order you get to see it in. All right. Now, the main benefit by reading this is you get reading along with audio just is better comprehension. You just get better retention and comprehension material, even in your native language. With this, not only doing reading to audio, but then looking up the parts of what you're reading that you don't understand or don't know, is you've increased the comprehension of the material that you're consuming. So immediate benefit after that is that you can rewatch this episode after, let's say, watching a single episode like this, and have a much higher comprehension than if you just try to do like multiple rewatches just with the show without taking some effort into finding out what are the words you don't understand, what they actually mean. So again, give it a shot. I think you'll find it quite enjoyable. Okay, so with that said, let's just say this is if you like this video, remember to give it a thumbs up, like, and add a comment since feedback's good. If you like the series, you can subscribe to the channel. I'll make many videos like this, hopefully in the future as well. This is like the 25th or 6th one that I've done as far as series are concerned. Finally, this is all part of the Let's Learn Japanese project. Now, if you like that project, what I'm doing with it to help with the Japanese language learning community, you can join the Patreon, become a patron, and the links are down below, as well as links to the Let's Learn Japanese website, put together by Otaku Dave, the Let's Learn Japanese community Discord, as well as if you'd like to hire me on commission, that's done. The hourly rates are listed on it, and the payments are done via the Patreon. And the reason why commission normally is going to be is technical assistance or advice. Yeah, for most people, what they do is just to help them get started. Again, a lot of materials, for some people starting language learning, this might be a lot of new material that they weren't aware of and know how to use. And so having someone there to actually walk them through the beginning process smooths out so much, and they can then get into the process of learning and consuming. Okay, this video is Let's Read Japanese, Shinyan Shokudo Season 1, Episode 7. So we're approaching the end of the first season, and as I mentioned, after this season is done, I'll be going into Kino Nani o Tabata, what did you eat yesterday? And that's 12 episodes. It's starting at second season. I'm only going to watch the first season, or I'm only going to do a Let's Read of the first season. And then we'll come back to the second season of Shinyan Shokudo. And since there's 5 seasons, I'll also split up those 5 seasons with different shows. Cool. Yeah. So this one, again, like I say, all these are like disparate stories. So each one's like a, random short stories from book that happen to have the same setting. And it's the narrator is the master here, again, owner of the Shinya Shokudo Meshiya, whatever you want to call it. Also up above, because I did get it wasn't a strike, but it was a takedown for one video I did, I think episode 5. So what I did is I'm just making the video screen a little smaller, but or not showing as much of it, but it should be showing most of the subtitles. That's the main thing I'm having up there, so the subtitles flashes by. So you can notice that along with what I'm doing when I'm doing the reading is I'm mainly just looking at the text. And if I end up getting more problems, hey, I'll just take more and more of the video off. So there's no problem there. Because it does no good if I'm making these videos and they just get blocked worldwide. Right. I don't mind about the copyright hits where it gets demonetized. No problem. again, you're not getting not getting much money. Really, I'm not getting anything because I don't have an account, current account attached to the YouTube channel. So there, all that's is kind of collecting all the little bits that I do gather. All right, enough of that. This is, yeah, let's get started. All right, episode 7. Let's see, and we're at 5 minutes into it. Let's go. Oops, had the earphone.
One 俺メニューでそれが結構来るんだよ。食べたいものそれが結構来るんだよ。食べたいもの言ってくれりゃできるもんなら作るよ。
やっぱ豚汁定食。
あいよ。
写真撮ってもいいですか？ブログに載せたいんです。
ブログ？
パソコンでやる日記みたいなもん。
構わないけど宣伝にならないようにしてくれるかな。
変なの。
どうし
Make a proclamation. 衆議院出張。
して
だって普通宣伝してほしいから了解してくれるのに。
そういうもんかね。はい、お待ち。
That does look good.
私タレント目指してるんです。って言ってもファミレスのバイトの方が忙しいですけど。
へえ、それでブログを。
少しでも宣伝になるかと思って。
And this is about 10 years ago, so I guess having blogs would have been much more impressive.
そろそろだな。
Almost a couple hours to close.
おはようございます。
おはよ
卵サンドお願いします。
That's interesting.
口直しにハムとキュウリのも入れといたから。
どうも。よかったらどうぞ。
いいんですか？いただきます。なんかついてます？
いえ、美味しそうに食べるなと思って。
Guess you like looking at her eat.
ほんとろくな男いなかったわね。
最悪。あれじゃうちでテレビ見てた方がなんぼかまし。
Number. Let's see. Number.
看板。最悪。あれじゃうちでテレビ見てた方がなんぼかまし。
看板に偽りありよ。
何ですかね。なんかお見合いパーティーに行ってきたんだってさ。
はい、ビールとマカロニサラダ。
マスター、お兄さんって田舎に帰ったんじゃないんですか？
おふくろさんの具合良くなったらしいよ。
マスター、お茶漬け。
お茶漬け。
お茶漬け。
はいよ。
一人かけてちったおとなしくなったと思ったのにな。
ですよね。
そこの二人。
はい。
そこの二人。
はい。
Sorry.
一人かけてちったおとなしくなったと思ったのにな。
ですよね。
そこの二人。
はい。
男同士でこそこそ話してんじゃないわよ。ったく、どいつもこいつもせこい男ばっか。
せこい男。どいつもこいつもせこい。Okay.
男同士でこそこそ話してんじゃないわよ。ったく、どいつもこいつもせこい男ばっか。
それと自慢ばっかりするやつ。自分の話ばっかしてんじゃねえよって感じ。
やっぱ結婚できない男ってさ、結局余りもんじゃない。みそっかすしかいないのよね。
みそかす。It's like brain matter? No. Okay. 水をこした。No value. Good for nothing. 味噌かす。Good for nothing.
みそっかすしかいないのよね。
桜だってそうでしょうが。お三方はどういうタイプの男だったら付き合ってもいいかなって思うわけ？
お三方は
お三方はどういうタイプの男だったら付き合ってもいいかなって思うわけ？
チャラチャラしてなくて、無口で、不器用で、
女にモテるけど一人の女しか愛さない。
Wait a minute. Make sure about something.
チャラチャラしてなくて、無口で、不器用で、
女にモテるけど一人の女しか愛さない。
高倉健みたいな。
そうで、ねえ、
高倉。I don't know who that is. 高倉健。
で、年収、
高倉健みたいな。
そうで、年収が1000万以上あって、世田谷に庭付きの家が。
セタゲ。セタ。セタ。セタゲ。Let's see if that's supposed to be something. 牛の。
高倉。
で、年収が1000万以上あって、世田谷に庭付きの家があって、それと長男絶対ダメ。親の面倒見なきゃいけないから。
それだ。
それと長男絶対ダメ。親の面倒見なきゃいけないから。
それ。
That's an interesting thing. All right, they're assuming like the oldest child has to be the one to take care of the parents.
それ大事よね。
どんな健さんだよ。
それから
So, not like a mansion, overseas mansion, country house. Yeah. So,
どんな健さんだよ。どんな健さんだよ。
それから1週間ほど経った頃、
卵サンドください。
はいよ。
あの日ね、事務所からグラビアの仕事が来たんだ。
グラビア。グラビア、OK。グラビアの仕事。
あの日ね、事務所からグラビアの仕事が来たんだ。まあ私はおまけみたいなもんだったけど、でもここで卵サンド食べたらまた仕事来るんじゃないかって。
ただの卵サンドだよ。
この間の彼、何やってる人？
もうすぐ来るから待ってなよ。
今日も来るの？
ああ、毎日さ。
Is that every day or every Sunday? Let's see. Hmm.
あっす。
おはよ
あ、この間卵サンドごちそうさまでした。
あ、いえ。
よかったらお返しに一つどう？
ありがとう。
彼、新聞屋で住み込みで働きながら大学通ってるんだ。
浪人生。
親御さんの商売がうまくいってないらしくて。
そうなんだ。
休みの日には新聞の代わりに食パン持ってくるんだ。この前のように。
だったら全部持たせてあげればよかった。きっとお腹すくだろうから。
大丈夫。配達所に戻ったら。
That means the make sure about that for delivery location. Yeah. 配達所。
ちゃんと大丈夫。配達所に戻ったらちゃんと朝飯用意してあるんだって。
Not much there, memory master. Luke Marine. That's kind of cute. Okay. Alrighty, where are we at?
いいですよね、マスターの二人。いいですよね。
There we go.
ね、マスターの二人。なんか見てるだけで心洗われるっていうか。
なんだよ、会ったことある？
なんか見てるだけで心洗われるっていうか。
Let's see if that was see if that has a different meaning to it. No, it's not offering it. Kokoro ga awareru.
なんだよ、会ったこと？
なんか見てるだけで心洗われるっていうか。
なんだよ、会ったことあんの？
彼女の方が新聞配る時間に合わせてここ来るんですよ。で、卵サンドを半分彼に持たせてあげて、彼もそれ照れくさそうに受け取って、なんかもうけなげでね。
そんだけお前さんがここ。
元気だね。けなげ。けなげ。
なんかもうけなげでね。
そんだけお前さんがここで酔いつぶれてるってことだろうがね、マスター。
言われてみりゃそうだ。
深夜食堂ならぬ夜明け食堂の恋ですよ。僕のことはどっちでもいいじゃないですか。
新聞小学生か。
小学生。Okay. Makes sense. 小学生。
新聞小学生か。近頃苦学生なんて言葉。
苦学生 hardworking student or student having difficulty? Student works. Okay. 苦学生。
近頃苦学生なんて言葉聞かなくなっちまったもんな。
大したもんですよ、その彼。
わかる？どんだけ大変か。
毎日まだ暗い朝の3時過ぎから準備して3時半には配達出発。配達が終わるのが6時半で、後片付けして大学の1限目の講義に出席。そして睡魔と戦い勉学に励む。
睡魔。Doing drowsy, I know, but こらえきれない。こらえきれない眠気。drowsiness。睡魔。睡魔と戦い。
そして睡魔と戦い勉学に励む。
現行の賃金水準まで働きたい人が存在しなくなるまで。
講義が終わったら今度は夕刊の配達。クラスメイトに飲み会に誘われてもなんで友達もできない。配達を終えるのが6時過ぎで、休む間もなく翌日の朝刊にチラシを差し込む。それからまた勉強して起きたら朝刊が待ってるという地獄のループ。起きたら朝刊が待ってるという地獄のループ。辛いっすよ、この生活は。
金本さん、なんでそんなに詳しいんです？
俺もやってたから。
へえ、人は見かけによらないね。
ではこれを覚えて、両方とも途中からドロップアウト。怖いよね、お酒は。
じゃああっちに。ごめん。
いや、私の方こそ遅い時間に長電話しちゃってごめんなさい。
電話で話す話じゃないって言ってたけど、何？
中島君、私のことどう思ってるのかなって。
それは。
私は中島君のこと好きだよ。
俺は。
すいません、相川理沙さんですよね。
はい。
出た
相川。let me. It probably is. Yeah,
相川理沙さんですよね。
はい。
出た好きです。
ありがとうございます。
応援してます。
ありがとうございます。
頑張ってください。
ありがとうございます。
It's so weird. Like you're shaking somebody's hand, you're looking at your hand. It's like, isn't that? I would just give you the freakiest feeling. Sorry.
応援してます。
ありがとうございます。
なんでいんの？
まだ答え聞いてないよね。
That was kind of a I know, it was dramatic little interruption.
俺とリサさんが住んでる世界は違いすぎるから。
彼女ここのとこいろんな番組で見かけるよね。 みたいだな。
心配無用。いくら忙しくなってもあの二人はきっとうまくいきますって。
心配無用。Nothing to worry about. Let's see. Yeah, 心配無用。
心配無用。いくら忙しくなってもあの二人はきっとうまくいきますって。
世の中そんな甘くないわよ。
また始まった。
片や売れっ子タレント、片や新聞小学生。
One side I want. Oh, 片や。
ただの片や売れっ子タレント、片や新聞小学生。ただの格差じゃないの。
格差。どういう意味のもの？
ただの格差じゃないの。階級が違うの。
世の中は
Oh, him again.
下流中流アリス川。
下流中流。Low currents and mid currents. But I think he's also not only about the rivers, but about, the level, the types of people as well. Arisugawa.
下流中流アリス川。
アリス川。
人生なめんなよ。
ヘップバーンとグレゴリー・ペックだって。
ヘッパバーン。ヘッパバーン。ヘッパバーン。ヘッパバーン。ヘッパバーン。グレゴリー・ペック。ヘッパバーン、グレゴリー・ペック。Was that a Roman holiday?
最後はヘップバーンとグレゴリー・ペックだって最後は別れるでしょ。
なんですそれ。
ローマンの休日。
Yeah, Roman holiday.
あんた知らないの？
I've never seen it. I just know about it.
ほんと無知な男ね。
でもノッティングヒルの恋人はうまくいきましたよ。
I like Notting Hill. Yeah.
そうだ、プリティウーマンも。
Maybe not as much. I kind of see the situations if you think of her as a working woman, not like working on the streets, but on the idea. Hired to, be the date for someone seems normal enough, even without the prostitution angle.
恋人はうまくいきましたよ。そうだ、プリティウーマンも。
はは、ちゃんちゃらおかしいわ。
ちゃんちゃら。ちゃんちゃらおかしいわ。
だって、その二人。はは、ちゃんちゃらおかしいわ。だって、その二人ってキスもしないんでしょ？
あの様子じゃ多分。
プラトニックな二人の恋は成就しないって相場。
プラトニック。プラトニック。プラトニック。
プラトニックな二人の恋は成就しないって相場。
成就。成就しないって。Well, let me actually read that definition a little better. Yeah, so something that makes a wish come true. Yeah, so make your wishes, dreams come true. George.
相場。プラトニックな二人の恋は成就しないって相場は決まってんの。
いや、
相場。
いや、だけど。
相場は決まってんの。
いや、だけど。
体より心が泣いちゃうのよね。体より心が泣いちゃうのよね。好きな相手より自分の方が立場下だって思い知らされちゃうとさ。自分の方が立場下だって思い知らされちゃうとさ。一般論よ。一般論。
Common saying. That should be like a common saying, right? Or general. You.
何見てんのよ。
何見てんの？
社交の新19なんですが。
Okay. I guess they're in a hospital now.
の施術なのでちょっと確認しておいてください。
中島です。元気ですか？ Wow, that is big text there. Hmm. Okay. Tell you what, well. All right, so let's see. We got Arisugawa. Okay. Was it Mikai?
結局は私たちの言った通りじゃない。
だから女は信用できないんだよ。
みっともないわよ、負け犬の遠吠えは。
負け犬の遠吠え Not far off. Let's see. 遠吠え Let's see.
みっともないわよ、負け犬の遠吠えは。
お、珍しいな、こんな時間に。
明日新聞休みなんで。
さあ、今日俺朝まで付き合っちゃう。大体女なんてんなもんだって。なんで
I see it. I don't think that's gonna be.
なんで
ちょっと。
何？男同士の酒に割り込まないでくれるかな。
あんたじゃ
割り込めない。
ないわよ。あんたさ、ほんと情けないわね。そんな了見だから他の男に取られんのよ。そんな了見だから他の男に取られんのよ。本気で惚れてんだったら奪い返してごらんよ。真ん中にぶら下げてるのはただの飾りなの？
おいお疲れちゃん、聞いたよ、リサちゃん例の社長と婚約したんだって。なんだよ、遊びじゃなかったってことでしょ。
もうそうなんですよ。本気で付き合ってたみたいで、ようやくここまで売れてきたのに参りましたよ。参りました。
80 should be 80. Very difficult. Yeah. Okay. 参りまして。
疫病の神に乗る。
リサ、行くよ。明日早いんだからさ、教授に言っとかねえと。
It's kind of a cheap dramatic, you know, they say it like, it's like, oh, you get to overhear something at just the right time, and then, oh, you're going to base all your judgment based on assuming that what you overhear is like the complete and utter truth. You know, there's no amount of adulteration to reality in what these people are talking about, as if they're not, you know, just the idea of that just sounds, you know, but it's just such a trope in a lot of these shows. And again, I understand it for these things. It's a shortcut. Kind of, you got to ramp the drama up really quick, you know, to get over with quick as well. But yeah. Oh, she does look different. Okay, so she left. I'm guessing then in the part that I skipped over, she saw him, ran after him, but he had left already. You know what, let's do that.
リサ参りましたじゃねえよ変な話さ
疫病の神に祈る
Okay, same.
リサ行くよ明日早いんだからさ教授に言っとかねえとよし
Maybe I should use a.
おめでと
ありがとう。
う卵サンドと
うん。初めて会った日もこうやって分けてもらったんだよね。はい。はい、すぐ戻ります。ごちそうさま。じゃあ私行くね。
うん。
さようなら。
マスター？
うん？
こんなこと言ったら軽蔑するだろうけど。
軽蔑。Oh.
結局。
Sure,軽蔑。Is it 軽蔑 or 軽蔑？
こんなこと言ったら軽蔑するだろうけど結局は金なんですかね。
うん。
いつだったか彼女を一人で来た時があってさ。じゃあ、
うん、
その社長さんにプロポーズされてんだ。受けんのかい？
受けんのかい？
俺はその人のこと何も知らないからあいつの肩持つがいいやつだよあいつ。
分かってる分かってるけど中島君といるとなんかもう前みたいになれないんだ。中島君に住む世界が違うって言われて私そうじゃないなんか言わなきゃって思ったけど何も言えなかった。そんな時にねあの人に会ったんだ。いい人だなと思ったけど好きとかそういうのは全然。だから中島君とのことも相談したんだ。
そしたら
死ぬ気で悩めって。悩んで悩んでそれでも答えが出なかったらしょうがねえなって。
Make sure about that. Okay.
変な野郎だな。
私もそう思った。でもなんか少し楽になれたんだよね。この人といたらきっと私も正直になれるんだろうなって。
配定社長にもいい人いるんですね。俺なんか
あの子は ちゃんとさよならを言いに来たんだ。そんな女に惚れられたってこと、誇りに思っていいんじゃないのかい。自分が本気で惚れた女、安く見るもんじゃないよ。
君が履いた白い木が今ゆっくり風にゆく、遠く高いた息を
貸して。
現実は映画のようにはうまくいかない。その後も毎日中島君は新聞を配っている。さすがにまだ卵サンドは食べられないみたいだけど。
まずゆで卵を適度に刻んでください。マヨネーズって何でも合いますよね。ただし入れすぎると卵の味よりマヨネーズの味が勝ってしまうので、最小限つなぎ程度にして、最後に塩と胡椒で味を整えてください。あ、マスター、僕こっちで。ではおやすみなさい。
Alright, so that was a pretty quick, yeah, like I said, these are just going really fast, just because, again, most of it's silence. They say something, stare at each other, or look at their food, then say something else, either stare at each other, look at their food, and then music plays, cut to the next scene. And it's meant to be easy. So these are meant to be kind of simple. Now, I was looking up a lot of these, a lot of words, so simple as in maybe like you can consume them pretty fast. And yeah, I guess it makes for a nice little meal, keeping in with the cooking theme, if you would. Let's see what we got here. Corey's as a statement. I'm waiting for merchandise. You trying these? There's nothing to sell me. What merchandise? I mean, yeah. There really is nothing to sell. I don't even have catchphrases. So yeah, no mugs, no shirts, none of that stuff. And even the links, believe it or not, like I got the link to the Hajimete no, or the Tango N5 book, which hopefully start there. But even that's not a affiliate link. That's just a direct link to Amazon or to the Amazon page or the Ask. Was it Ask or White Rabbit? Yeah, one of those sites. I don't even actually know if those links are still good. I guess maybe I should check them to make sure they're still viable, because that can change over time. But yeah, no merch, no shirts, none of that stuff. Plus also, you get the channel's like 5,000 people, not even 5,000. I mean, there's it's not gonna happen. Even with the Patreon, really, I don't really have anything to give out. There was a time I was like worried, like I need to make stuff for the Patreon. That was but then I realized like I gotta not worry about having process. It's like it originally started, and I want to go back to when I was doing the Suggest Guide for Japanese Literacy, and I was doing that on Memrise, and someone made it like, hey, they would like to just show some support, financial support, if I had a Patreon or something. So that's when I set it up, and then that was just a little bit of support for appreciation of what I was doing, instead of me. And I kind of got distracted in the whole, I need to make stuff that everyone who gets different levels, they should be able to get something. And then I need to constantly be making something. There was it was adding us unnecessary stress. When really, again, it started off like they were just appreciating what I was doing, not like trying to get something out of it for themselves. It was, again, an appreciation for what was being out there for everyone. So once I pulled back from that and started thinking that way, I think it made things a little easier. Now, I still have plans to I'd still like to do a video series again, like redo the hiragana katakana and do a reformatted version, my version of RTK that also utilizes the use of vocabulary in a way. since that's a very easy, ever since I did that, that one spreadsheet, utilizing the vocabulary analysis of 5,000 books, and then, but also with sourced by, also ranked by source, and how many sources it appears in. And I might talk to the gentleman who helped with that and say, can we maybe even redo that again but instead of it being like source per book, like source per 100,000 characters. You know, basically about the equivalent of a light novel. Because some books are big and some are small. But let's say for every 100,000 characters, that will be, it counts as one source. So split big groups, big sources into smaller chunks. Whereas the smaller chunks are already that size, so you don't have to worry about it. And also have a minimum, like if it's a source that doesn't have, let's say, 20,000 characters, then that source is discarded. You know, then do the scan. And so now I can track, like, okay, how many, let's say, how many times a word appeared definitely, how many times a word appeared maybe per source, and, you know, in these cases, or per 100,000 characters, you know, and I think that, so for every 100,000 characters, how many is a source, so how many of these 100,000 character sources did this word appear in? And with that, I think you would have now if it's the same as the book, the old version, then okay, that's a win. That meant you could probably just limit it to just books. But I'm kind of interested in what the results would be. You know, from that vocabulary list, and I can do the other tricks I did, which is, okay, here are the, like, first do one where you know, okay, here are all the kanji that appeared. Cool. So we got a frequency list of that, and then also look at the words, like where words only the words that are not hiragana katakana, or they're not just hiragana katakana words. They actually are. They have a kanji in the word somewhere, and then use that list. I made that. I can sort it by the RTK. You know, and for me, I'm going to be doing in groups of 200. So the most common 200 kanji, right? Those account for actually 50%. So 50% of the kanji, or 200 kanji, used 50% of the time. Okay, that makes sense. And then get up to 5 words per kanji, at most 5 words per kanji. Now, that doesn't mean like, but then with that are the words that are also in the top 50%. So where do they use this kanji? But so one of the top 50% kanji that also uses in top 50% words. Okay, so I'm not, those will be useful to learn as the first 200 kanji, and then upwards of at most 1,000 words, at most, but it probably won't even get close to 1,000 words. Then do another series for the next 200 kanji, and then, but there'll probably be a lot more vocabulary to work around. So maybe up to, actually I'll say this, no, I'll take that back. So it'll be these 200 kanji out of the 400 words that are in the top 50%. And then the next 200 kanji, and then whatever those are used in the top 1,200 words, which is 65%. And then the next 200 kanji, and whatever's in the top 2,400 words, which is 75%. So I'm saying I've got a spreadsheet that can do this in a very structured way. And from that, why don't I just create a video series like HD? So no merch. Yeah, no merch. I don't know how long that comment's been there. Sorry about that. I was going in. So I'm thinking, like, instead of merch, just make content, and then let the content be the thing. Because I don't really, I mean, what is there to sell? I mean, there's, again, I don't have a very attractive face, so that's a no-go. Although you can do it, ironically, put an ugly face on the mug. Here's my ugly mug cup. You know, daily dose of dekinai. Yeah, maybe put NGMI, like I'm the face of the not gonna make it crowd. Okay, that might sell for a few people as a joke. Yeah, but yeah, currently, yeah, no merch. But I think content would be better off anyway, because then with the content you got the customers. When you get the customer built up, and maybe there is something to be worth it doing as merch, then do it. But yeah, don't sweat it now. Jeez. And by the way, I apologize for not even talking about the show. I just finished watching the show, and now I'm going off in this bit about merch. I don't know. There really wasn't too much to talk about the show, and I should have mentioned that. It's just, it seemed like a pretty, like, it's like a love story, but without a happy ending. You know, the world's, and I blame the guy personally. You know, the girl was willing, he wasn't, so it's on him. if my comment is, let the other person say no. Like, don't say no on their behalf. If you're like, you want to get a job, but you think, oh man, but if I apply, they're going to turn me down. Well, then apply, let them turn you down. I don't want to apply for that scholarship. I just won't win it. Well, then let them be the one to say you don't win it. You don't get to, don't speak on their behalf. A lot of things, and this is, I've said this for the military, this happened in the military more than a few times. Are people, like apply for officer program, all right? And the thing that stops most people from getting officer is that they don't apply for it. So they could get a scholarship, or it could be LDO, limited duty officers. Those are ones that you get first class or above, or E6 and above, then you can apply for LDO, or then maybe also a warrant officer program. But the thing that stops most people, they don't apply for it. Same thing with awards. Like, you want to get your awards to guys, but you gotta submit it. You can't go with the mind that all the commands got to turn down. No, you submit it on your guy's behalf, and then let the command decide if it gets. Now, and that's happened, by the way. I've submitted awards for people, and it did get turned down, or it got downgraded, really. But at least I put in the paperwork for the people, and actually, a couple of times I fought on their behalf. But again, but also you got to get in the mindset, like, you got to be willing to accept no as an answer as well. Like I said, don't ask a question, yes or no question, and then get pissed off because one of the 50-50 choices is the one you didn't want to hear. Remember that, though. That's part of it's kind of like when you go with the election process. It's like you're voting. The way I would say it's like when you're voting, that also means that you're agreeing that the other person that you didn't vote for could get the win and be the one that represents you. So that's the idea. It's like, if 100 people, you want to order, like, let's say 20 pizzas, all right, and then, but let's just say you can only get one style of pizza. So everybody votes, and you might, with that one, you want to do ranked choice, but the idea is like, hey, you want to get it to where at least 50 people agree on at least one type of pizza, and then that'll be the one that gets ordered. That kind of makes sense to me. And you got to all agree, though, okay, hey, this is the pizza that you're going to get. Yeah, even though it's not the pizza you would prefer. And you hope that at least half the people, the style that was chosen was at least agreeable to at least half of the people. All right, and then you go with that. So that goes with politics as well. Sorry about that, kind of led into that, but going back to the story, it's like, okay, hey, look, just offer. If it doesn't work out, the most you've lost is, really, you don't lose anything, because you have like a few brief days or weeks or months of happiness with someone. Yeah, okay, the relationship didn't work out, all right, but the memory can remain, and you go about your separate ways, all the happier about it. Even though, like, your life is just couldn't intersect enough to make this last. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, he's having a brief fond memory of the time they just sat down together and shared an egg sandwich. All right, but again, it's the drama thing where he just happens to hear a conversation, and he's going to base his entire life choice on that. Which to me, that just makes me roll my eyes, because that's an idiotic thing. Because you never know, like, are you overhearing the entire story? So, and you're probably not. Or, making judgment calls on the other person's behalf. But again, that's a whole dramatic thing as well. I kind of like that, but I mean, it's a legit concern. I mean, it's sort of like, the master, he doesn't want his restaurant to become famous. So that means his bar wouldn't click with a five-star food critic who's going to review his bar. It just wouldn't click, because it could be great food, but that then will destroy the restaurant. Just won't match. So that's a match. It's not that he hates the person, just that it's not a match to happen. Enjoy the meal, but just don't talk about it. So have that brief, short time together. Later could be, it's like, well, maybe it can work. Just why not? Now, I understand this is when you're dealing with entertainment. That's the big problem, is that they put a lot of pressure on famous persons or talents and whatnot to where they want their personal life to reflect what people think the illusion is on screen. All right, so you got to marry someone who's rich, and or marry someone who's famous, or go out with someone who's famous. You can't you can't go with some guy you just knew from your hometown. How dare you? I mean, since Britney Spears is kind of coming into the story, like into the national dialogue in the U.S. for a bit, because of some of the choices she made with who she went with, or who she engaged, or who she eloped with. Because part of it was, we expect the celebrities or the rich people to hang with other celebrities or other rich people. It's like, you can't be a mere mortal, because then that just can't play, because then, how can they have a normal life while, being married to someone who's famous, who's maybe having to travel all over the place? I don't know. But you know what? Give it a shot. As long as it's not completely destructive. Again, at the most, you have some good memories. What is that? Is that such a bad thing to, risk a chance? And maybe it works out. Maybe you find out, hey, this actually could work out. We keep saying it was impossible in our head, but reality was that it was more than possible. And now you got a lot more memory and happy times together. Yeah. No, careful about basing life, a lot of your choices on what you see in the movies. Because again, the drama has to, by its nature, you have to, create conflict, because that's how we view entertainment. There has to be some sort of conflict. Usually it's between people, I guess in the end, again, this is how the story ends. It's like, hey, you know what? It ended before it really had a chance. And, you can blame the guy. I blame the guy personally, because the girl was trying. I think she was trying. At least from what I could tell from the story. I could be wrong and it was interpreting it differently, but okay. I think that'll be it. So thank you all very much. It's been Green. This has been Let's Read Japanese, Shinya Shokudo Season 1, Episode 7. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up, add a comment if you do, for feedback is good. If you like the series, subscribe to see more of it. If you like what I'm doing with the Japanese learning community, you can show your support through the Patreon, links below, as well as to the website and the community Discord. And also there, if you'd like to hire me on commission, that can be done via the Patreon, the hourly rates given there. And usually it's to help you get started off in utilizing all these tools that are available. Kind of walk you through the steps, instead of you having to hopefully find the good video that can describe all the steps and hope that you do everything right. Yep. I think that's about it. Thank you all very much, and I'll see you with the next video, which should be, if you watch this live, it'll be in a few minutes, within the next hour. Yeah. If you watch this later, it'll be appearing on the next day. So, in fact, this will be on this video will be on July the 6th. Let's see if I can write it down. And the next video will be on July the 7th. All right, cool. Later, guys. It was fun. Thanks for watching. Thanks. Oh, no. There we go. All right, later, guys.